Taurus. It's Haley with Tarot from Beyond, here to provide you with your mid-month reading, the 8th through the 15th, Taurus. All right, babies. I'm telling you, for you virtuous individuals, get ready. It's happening. The time is now. Can't wait to see what Spirit has in store for you. My goal is to go through all 78 cards, okay? All 78 cards, all right? However, I only have a 30-minute threshold. Now, when I find little areas where we need to talk about it, that kind of slows down me getting to the 78th card, okay? So we're going to end wherever we end, okay? And don't worry about that, because that's Spirit in charge, and that's Spirit saying, okay, that's enough, right? So we know that everything is in divine timing, and we know that everything is right. Look at those cards that fell. Spirit told me go ahead and start from there, okay? All right, so remember, this could be a vice versa reading for cross watchers. This could also be dead on just for you. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit, okay? The Page of Cups popped up. Always look at the court cards in terms of maturation, okay? But the feeling that I'm feeling with this Page of Cups card is the immature individual in whatever situation that you were in is now getting a message with regards to what love really is, okay? They're realizing their short harvest now, okay? They're realizing their short harvest behind their own behavior. And now they know that there's some sacrifice needed on their end in order for them to really get right, okay? Because that's how merciful the universe is. No matter how funky you act or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The universe is still merciful to those who have really invested in really shitty behaviors, okay? However, this person is full of anxiety, okay? Because they know that they really walked down a really bad path, and they know that the authority is not theirs anymore. They know that they thought they had the authority, but the authority is not theirs anymore. And this is the Aries card, okay? So this represents, you know, maybe dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, okay? A lot of hard work was put in, and let's see by whom. A lot of hard work was put in by this low vibrational individual who did not know what love was. They put a lot of hard work into a short harvest. Now, when you put a lot of hard work into a short harvest, that's what you've been manifesting this whole time. That's what kind of new beginning they can expect. Now they're angry. They're angry at themselves. They're angry at themselves for what they manifested and for what they put hard work into, because it didn't bring them the harvest that they thought they were going to get. They committed to the wrong thing. And now they want to be the King of Cups to the right person, but it's too late for that, because they have too much cleanup to do outside of you because of all of their betraying ass, characteristics. They were playing dirty. They always play dirty, and they loved to do it behind your back. But when you walked away, the game was not fun anymore. So now they are thinking, what decision am I going to make now based on where I am now? Should I walk away or not? I think this person walked away from me, so therefore I'm going to walk away from them. Well, that might be the best choice to make. Because whenever you betray the High Priestess, which is you, Taurus, that's the wrong person to betray. She knows too much. She knows. She's not a know-it-all, but she knows too much. She knows more sometimes than she would like to know. That would be you, Taurus. You're being balanced out, and so are they. You don't have a choice, and nor do they. This card means speed, communication, or travel. You know that there are better things for you. You've packed up. You've gotten ready. You've turned your back against this person because you know that you don't want anything to do with people who play dirty. So you're going to go on your journey now because you know you're strong enough to do it. You're going to go on your journey. You've got your hand on that wand, and the other two wands are going to fall off. They're just going to fall away. All you need is one wand to hold you up through this journey that you're getting ready to take on. Because you're brave enough to do it, baby. Because you know that something has to end in order for something to begin. You knew that whatever the relationship that you were in, it had to end. It had to end because it was not doing a damn thing for you. It wasn't doing a damn thing for you, your kids, for the entire situation. You couldn't put your finger on it for a moment. But this Venus retrograde shined the light on every damn thing. Too many things. And now you're like, something has to end in order for something to begin. And guess what's going to begin, Taurus? 10 of Pentacles falling from the sky, baby. Your ancestors are there. You see that old person right there? These are your ancestors. You should start to get a sense of your ancestors by now if you haven't already. It's coming. You've ended a karmic cycle. Your ancestors see it and are very proud of that. Because now this is knowledge you could pass on to your children so that they don't walk into the same pitfalls that you have. You know now what lies look like. You know how to teach your children what loyalty is and what loyalty is not. You know to teach your children that water represents love. I want you to think about the 4 river valley civilizations. One of them is what? It came from the Nile River. The other one was Mesopotamia. You know, the river associated with that, which is, what river is that? I'm not sure. It was a long time when I took history class. Another one was the Yellow River, the Chinese culture. And then there was also, you know, Mesoamerica, which there's very little information on that. Although their history is very much there. You know a lot about their history. They know a lot about their history. But nonetheless, every civilization started near water because I want you to think about it. Without water, you cannot grow crops. So I want you to think about, why is this crab, why is this lobster trying to take a path through loyalty to go to a place that's out of its element? Take that how it resonates. That's what this person was doing, that was playing and fighting dirty and fighting unfairly and lying to you in your face throughout the entire relationship. And that fell on top of the card of communication. The way they communicated with you was just nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. You got to a point where you just got tired of their whole makeup. You got tired of what they were bringing to the table. You got tired of the fact that you were not getting any emotional fulfillment, any emotional support. And then toward the end of the relationship, they really started showing their real true colors. And with that being said, it was like you were just like, I'm tired, baby, of this. And I got to go. I really do. I really got to go because I got better things to do. All this conflict. I don't need this conflict, okay? That's why I'm moving on. That fell on top of the 8 of Cups, the walk away from you card. I'm walking away from you in pursuit of happiness, okay? And that's this card right here. Walking away in pursuit of happiness. Going on a journey, looking for what's better than where you came from. Which followed by the card of something has to end in order for something to begin. You used your authority in this situation by saying, look, this has to end. I am no longer going to sit here and save you and be your codependent. I'm not going to sit here and codepend your behavior. It is too damaging toward me and my children. I'm sorry. I cannot save you anymore. As much love as I would like to think that I have for you, but guess what? Do I really love you? Because who are you? I don't even know who you are. You lied so damn much, I really don't even know who you are. this little spiritual union that we called ourselves being in was like really weird. Straight up. It was weird. Now here's a suitor walking in, trying to give you a cup of love. I'm going to get a clarifier on that. I'm going to use the card as a clarifier. Yeah. This person, I'm going to tell you right now, boom, is a codependent individual. They don't know how to be happy on their own. They always need somebody. They always need somebody to be happy with. They don't know how to be happy on their own, whereas the Taurus that I'm talking to right now knows how to sit down by themselves, meditate, talk to God, their angels, their spirit guides. They know how to be fulfilled by themselves, but this person does not know how to do that. So this suitor who wants to give you an offer of love, I'm telling you right now, make sure you're very mindful. I have a feeling it's your ex. And I'm going to tell you right now, they want to be chained to you because they get security from you. They need to learn how to be secure within themselves first. You have to learn how to love yourself first. And you did learn how to love yourself, Taurus, through the pain that you endured by learning about the betrayal that this person imposed upon you. And now what you ought to be doing is taking a drink from that cup, asking your spirit guides and angels to tell you and show you how to drink it all up all the way until that cup is completely empty. Because what it will do is it will fulfill you so that you have plenty of love, you recharge your batteries, you're back to whom you are, you're just as strong as you were, if not stronger than you were before you even entered into this relationship, okay? So that you have enough love to give to those who deserve it. You have now been reborn because you took that cup of love rather than the cup from this person who was sitting here trying to play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, who wanted to marry you, because if they married you, then guess what? Getting away from them would have been triple times as difficult. So for those of you who are married and getting out of a situation, you know how difficult it is. It's like you're going through the court system, you're going through this, you're going through that. This person's throwing out every little petty thing they possibly can to try to make you look like a bad person. However, guess what? No results, because you're not a bad person. The bad person is the one sitting here doing all this crap instead of letting the situation be a graceful one and saying, look, guess what? You know, I made a mistake by getting with you in the first place. And yeah, we had children together, but that must mean that, you know, everything was done in divine order, regardless if there were mistakes involved or not, because really there are no mistakes. There are experiences that help you gain knowledge. The more knowledge that you gain and that you apply to your life, it then makes you wise. So it does become a part of your children's journey to identify what kind of parents they have. You understand what I'm saying? So that they can gain experience through their parents, good or bad or indifferent. See, this person didn't want to go out graceful. This person wanted to marry you so they could bind themselves to you, and everything that you owned, everything that you had, everything that was positive that you had, they damn sure wanted to get a piece of it. That was their entire intention for wanting to marry you. So for those of you who did not get married, congratulations to this person. For those of you who did, do not feel bad, because you best believe who's in control of the courts, and I promise you it is God itself. And that fell right on top of the 10 of Pentacles. So somebody's working very hard on some type of karmic something. But I feel like you, Taurus, who I'm talking to, have already gone through their karmic cycles, through all the tears they cried, all the pain that they felt, through realizing that they were betrayed. Okay? So this reading is a lot more about the other person than you. But now we're talking about you. You are the empress. You know how to give birth now to what it is that you want, and you know what you don't want. You don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who lies through their teeth to you with no kind of regard or remorse. You don't want that. So you know how to manifest yourself out of situations like that. You know how to manifest situations like this. Relationships with someone who can be transparent with you. That's what nakedness represents, transparency. No lies, no games, no bullshit, no none of that. I mean, there's an angel standing over the both of you, blessing your union. And both of your hands are pointed to that mountain, that ascension. The very top of that mountain, and the color of that mountain is orange. It's something that you both want. And the foundation is love. Look at the grounds that they're standing on. It's green. It represents the heart chakra. You both love each other. And whether you have met this person or not, I promise you, there is a very good chance that you will meet this person between the 8th and the 15th. Now somebody feels left out in the cold. But who manifested that? It wasn't you. You wouldn't manifest you being left out in the cold. See, this other person thought they had it going on with what they were doing. But it led to this, them being left out in the cold. And then they've got somebody with them, okay? A younger person, somebody more vulnerable. But this person that's more vulnerable is looking up toward those pinnacles. But the person who's leading the way is sitting there too focused on what's cold and what is like, you know. You see, this person right here who's more vulnerable is going to make a phone call. They're going to get up out of this situation because they know they don't deserve to be led by someone like this who does not know how to look up at what the opportunities are, these pentacles. This person has been looking at the pinnacles the whole time. Now it's time to celebrate, Taurus. Why? Because you've come out of this. You've come out of this. And the only way that you were able to come out of this is by taming your wants throughout this entire situation. And yellow represents the solar plexus chakras, which represents the words I feel. You've been taming your feelings, taming your wants, and standing on the foundation of love, speaking very little. Blue represents the throat chakra, speaking very little about how you feel about the situation and being a lot more still. You have to be still, and you have to be methodical, and you have to be smart to be able to tame a lion. That's strength, baby. And I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's looking at you and your strength, and they are pissed off. The King of Wands is somebody who will set the shit off real quick. But guess what? They got their hand right next to their pocket, looking for their damn lighter, trying to set that wand on fire. But they can't find that lighter. That lighter is no longer there. It's no longer there. That's a natural way of things. You cannot step in the way of divine order. You can't step in the way of divine order. You cannot ruin what the divine has set up for you. Somebody's trying to think of ways to go ahead and like step in before somebody else claims your heart. And this fell right on top of the person who wants to give you an offer of love with their devilish ass ways. They've got their head in the clouds. All in the damn clouds. This represents a messenger of information. That you've moved on. That you decided to start from ground zero. And you're totally cool with that. Look at all that green and yellow and blue. You have good feelings. The sun is white, which represents purity. You've got somebody loyal right there with you. Whether it be your spirit guides and angels. Your whole darn team is right there with you to make sure you don't fall off that cliff as you explore your options. Now who's got the options, Taurus? That would be you. And that makes you very happy, doesn't it? Those trophies up there represent your accolades. The fact that you were able to go ahead and say, you know what, no matter how many times people kick me down, I just keep getting back up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many times people kick me down. I'm always going to be happy. Matter of fact, I'm overweight with happiness. And at the top of my head, that represents the base chakra, which represents the words I have. I'm grateful for what I have throughout this entire process. Even though I had a moment of pure and complete pain, I'm now happy. I'm things are starting to make sense. I haven't forgotten how to give and take, even though this person tried to take that away from me. I still know how to look at myself on the inside so that I can continue to make myself even better than I am already. I have moved away from volatile situations and taken that path all the way to water. What I tell you about the 4 river valley civilizations, you can't grow anything without water. Every civilization of mankind started next to rivers. The Nile, I want to think of the second river for Mesopotamia. The Yellow River for the Chinese, and of course the Amazon for the Mesoamericans. Do a little research on that, why water is so important. Water represents love. Now the Knight of Pentacles represents methodical, slow-moving energy. This person has a pentacle in their hand. This card can mean several different things. I did give it a very basic meaning in the beginning, but based on what Spirit is telling me right now, somebody is being very slow-moving with regards to what they want to invest in. Okay? And this came on top of the card of the individual who sat and played so many damn games with you, okay? However, you are love. And I'm telling you, if you are love, that's exactly what you will attract. The same kind of love. You have decided to move on and take the lessons that you learned with you. And whoever wanted to come with you is damn sure on that boat with you, and your spirit guide is rowing your ass away off that dock into better, fertile grounds where you can go and continue to grow, continue to transform, continue to ascend, and continue to be the person that you are meant to be. Once again, on top of this card, with this person who wants to give an offer of love, unfortunately, they spent too much time with the devil, honey. They really did. They spent too much time with the devil. They are still very selfish and afraid to let go of those pentacles. They're afraid to let go of those pentacles. And until they let go of those pentacles, they won't be able to get any more because they're so damn selfish and so damn worrying about losing those pentacles, not realizing that those pentacles are the very reason why they're unable to gain more. That's what selfishness will do for you. And I do believe this is you. I do believe this is your energy, Taurus. You have now tamed your emotions, baby, and you know how to pick your battles now. You know when to go ahead and set that wand on fire and when not to. You know how to go ahead, smell the roses, go ahead, get past the little white lies. Go ahead and get past the past and all the things that hurt you in the past. You're no longer consumed by your feelings. You are allowing yourself to become the type of person who has the heart of a child again. You're no longer on the defense because you trust that your angels are going to take care of all that for you. And they will. That card also means nostalgia. The Queen of Pentacles represents a nurturer. You're very nurturing, and this came right up under the Queen of Cups. So not only are you the Queen of Cups, you are also the Queen of Pentacles. Do you see where we're going here, baby? I'm telling you right now, you're embodying the Empress who already showed up. The Empress understands all 4 corners. She understands, excuse me, she understands how currency works. She understands how her actions, produce things. She understands how all 4 elements work. And she uses him to her advantage so that she can manifest what she wants in her life. The sun represents the highest form of happiness and illumination. Everything's been illuminated to you now. You know everything. You probably know more than enough at this point about this person that you left behind. And you have no interest in what they have to offer. And I don't blame you for it. It doesn't mean that you don't forgive them. It doesn't mean that you're bitter. It doesn't mean that you're a piece of shit by not letting this person come back into your life. It's just like a freaking, it's just like messing around with like a drug that took over you. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got away from that drug. You got clean, right? Let's just use a metaphor. And then you're like, no, I'm not letting you come back into my life. I know what you bring. I know what you bring. And once you get a hold of me, my ass starts spiraling out of control. No, I am not letting that back into my life. I'm clean and I'm sober. And I'm going to stay clean and sober from your ass. And that's justice. That is justice. So look forward to justice, especially for those of you who are dealing with court cases and things of that matter. Don't worry about that. You're doing your job. You're doing your job by talking to God on a regular basis, speaking to your spirit guides and angels and your deities on a regular basis. They are there for you. So are your ancestors. And for those of you who have a sense of your ancestors, I really would like for you to comment below, because that means that you've reached a whole nother level of your ascension. Betrayal, you're sick of it. People have been betraying you for a long time because you've been a special person from the day you came out of your mama's hoo-ha. And people have been trying to take that away from you forever. Distract you from what you're supposed to be doing this whole damn time. And there's no manual in this life. So of course we all make mistakes as human beings, but guess what? It's not about perfection, it's about progression. So betrayal no longer bothers you the way it used to because people have been doing it to you forever. Doesn't mean that you open the door to betrayal. It doesn't mean that you'll go ahead and let people betray you. It just means that you know what it looks like when it's on its way, and you go ahead and kill that shit before it even gets to that point. So now you're looking out into the world saying, the world is my oyster. Where do I begin? I've cut off what I needed to cut off, and I will continue to cut off what needs to be cut off. That's what the Queen of Swords does. She cuts off what needs to be cut off spiritually. So that tells me a lot of you are maybe having some pain in your wrist, elbow, shoulder, right arm, some way, shape, or form. Because karmically, you've always had to do this with people. You've always had to cut them off. Because you've been open to love because you want to give people love, but people don't even know how to receive love. They really don't. And if they don't know how to receive love, you ain't got to waste your time trying to give it to them. You really don't. Either you know how to receive it or you don't. If you don't know how to receive it, then I'm moving on to the next. She's a queen. Okay? She's a queen. Queens are not the average bear. They don't come a dime a dozen. You know how to manifest what it is that you want. So be careful with what comes out your mouth. Be careful with what you write. Be careful with what you do. Because those are all the actions that are going to come to fruition. So make sure that you start writing down things. Put it in a little bit of, Go ahead and book your reading for your banishing and invoking. And I'll give you a lot of information with regards to how you can go ahead and manifest the things that you want. It will start your brand new beginning, your brand new exciting beginning. I know I got one on the way, baby. A lot of you know that you have one on the way. But for those of you who feel as though you don't quite know how to get to this place, book your private readings. Now, the other person who thought it was so fun to go out there and be an alley cat and think the grass was greener on the other side. They had all their options on the table instead of looking at the very person that was trying to give them love the whole damn time. And now all these other offers of love coming in. See, that's a little human hand. Okay, that's not God's hand. That's a human hand. All these little offers no longer are fulfilling to them. See, they got a thrill out of walking out the damn door and got a little thrill out of, you know what I'm saying, sneaking around the corner doing this and that. And now they have all the freedom to do that, and they got to know the people that they thought they were so in love with, only to realize that that person, 20 of them, does not add up to one of you. Now, we did not have time to go through all 78 cards. So in closing you out, I'm going to pull 3 cards. Somebody's sad, baby. And if it ain't you, it must be them. We go ahead and move this so that it focuses a little better. A lot of you are going through court proceedings, period. I see that. And it feels like a burden for you. However, that is just a straight up call for you to be completely and utterly full of trust and faith in the divine. You cannot lose with God. I promise you that. Stay in prayer. Do not let yourself be troubled. There's no need for that. I promise you, Taurus, things are going to get better. It's coming. And this reading is for the 8th through the 15th. If this reading resonated with any of you, I ask that you hit like and subscribe and leave your comments. And if you feel as though you need a private reading, you can email me at tarotreadingsfrombeyond@gmail.com. Namaste, my loves.